The Federal Executive Council has given approval for the repairs of the third Mainland Bridge Phase 2 and additional works for the repairs of 8 expansion joints on the bridges. The decision follows an underwater inspection by the Ministry of Works and the resultant report revealing alarming deterioration and serious damages of the pile foundations of the third Mainland Bridge. Briefing State House correspondents after the Federal Executive Council meeting, the Minister of Works, Mr. Michael Onolememe, and Minister of Information, Mr. Labaran Maku, said the contract is being awarded to Messrs. Borini Prono Construction Company at the cost of 1.05 billion naira. The federal government says there is the need for a regular measurement of the integrity of the bridges across the country to ensure that in every year's budget there is provision to maintain the bridges in the country. Also, Council commended the Ministry of Science and Technology for the commitment to the production of solar panels, as well as its determination to ensure that Nigeria has the capacity to use solar energy for development. The Council was chaired by the Vice President, Mr. Namadi Sambo, in the absence of President Goodluck Jonathan, who is on a working visit to France.
The Vice President, Architect Namadi Sambo, steps in for the Council meeting. He presides while the President is in France for the Honorary International Investor Council meeting. 3 issues: the state of the bridges across the country, how to make solar energy to work without damage on the panels, and the status of the Nigerian satellites recently launched by the federal government. The Minister of Information says government will not wait until a disaster occurs to pay attention to its bridges scattered across the country.
In the case of the third Mainland Bridge, there has been, regular reports on the bridge, and the ministry, in collaboration with Julius Baja and Borini Prono companies, which participated in the construction of the bridge, have been undertaking some maintenance work on the bridge.
The Minister of Works says attention is not on third Mainland Bridge alone.
The expansion joints on the bridge should be awarded to Borini Prono at the cost of 1,055,447,608 naira and 16 kobo only for a duration period of 9 months. So that is just it. It's a routine thing. Before now, we have been engaged in other areas like the Jebba Bridge, where we are almost completing maintenance work. It is an ongoing process.
The Minister of Science and Technology emphasized federal government's intention to make solar one of the alternative sources of electricity in the country. He speaks against damage on the panels.
We're trying to introduce our scientists on the application of this technology right from scratch. How do you build solar panels? The reaction of the community with respect to the solar panels and solar facilities will also be monitored. Vandalization is one of the things that solar technology does not like. The moment you vandalize the panels, that is gone, and you come back to starting the technology over.
Just back from Russia, where he watched the launch of Nigeria's Sat-1 and Sat-X, Professor Okon Bazewa is delighted that the 2 satellites are doing well. He would want Nigerian urban developers to utilize the satellites in their jobs while awaiting the launch of those for communications. Chukuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.